President Obama still has 8 months left in office before his second term is up. Naturally, this is the time to look back on all he's accomplished over the past 8 years. You know, I was going to make a joke about this, but I don't think it needs a joke. I think it needs to be slow jammed. You know what I'm talking about, Tariq?
Yeah, Jimmy. I think you're saying you like to slow jam this news.
That's right. I want to slow jam the news, and I'm not the only one.
Hello. I'm President Barack Obama, and I, too, would like to slow jam this news.
Hit me 8 times!
It's been an honor and a privilege to serve as your president over the past 8 years. When I first took office, our nation was facing one of the worst recessions in its history. Since then, we've added more than 14 million new jobs and lowered the unemployment rate to under 5%. Through the actions of my administration, we were able to stimulate the economy and get our country back on track.
Oh, yeah. President Obama stimulated long-term growth in both the public and the private sector. In 2008, the country wasn't feeling in the mood. It was too tired, stressed, said it had a headache. But Barack lit some candles and got some silky satin sheets.
Silky satin sheets now.
He told the American people, yes, we can.
Yes, we can. It's all right. He created tons of jobs for you and me. And he's got one more left for Hillary.
As president, I'm proud of the many progressive steps our country has taken in recent years, both socially and environmentally. The United States has been a leader in developing clean energy to ensure the health of our planet for future generations. Thanks to the Affordable Care Act, an additional 20 million Americans now have access to quality health care. And same-sex couples across the country now have a constitutional right to marry. In short, climate change is real, healthcare is affordable, and love is love.
Commander and preach! You gotta listen to my man, Berizas. He's accomplished a lot in 8 years. Even when Congress tried to block him, he found a way in through the back door. When Republicans gave him lemons, he made so much lemonade, Beyonce started calling him Baraki with the good hair.
Barack with the good hair. His first 2 terms ended in such a hurry. Wish he could go for 3 like my man Steph Curry.
Now, there will be no third term. I can't stay forever. Besides, Daddy's got a Hawaiian vacation booked in about 223 days. But who's counting? That being said, the American people face an important decision this fall. The entire world is watching, and they look to us for stability and leadership. Now, I know some of the presidential candidates have been critical of my foreign policy. I don't want to name any names.
He's talking about Donald Trump.
But I believe it is of the utmost importance to work alongside other world leaders. That's why I signed the Iran nuclear deal. That's why we reopened diplomatic ties with Cuba. And that's why I negotiated the new trade deal called the Trans-Pacific Partnership, or TPP.
Now hold on there, Prez Dispenser.
Are you saying you're down with TPP?
Yeah, you know me. Look, Jimmy, the TPP allows American businesses to sell their products both at home and abroad. The more we sell abroad, the more higher-paying jobs we provide here at home. It's that simple.
So what you're saying is this trade deal will help put everyday Americans back to
Work, 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 work. Put it back to work, 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 work. You put it back to
Work, 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 work.
Now, Mr. President, since you're here, I gotta ask, have you been watching all the election coverage this week about Donald Trump?
No, but I have been watching my new favorite show. Orange is not the new black.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm gonna need you to Netflix and chill. I get it if you're a little wound up after all this time. I mean, I can't imagine what it'd be like to do the same job for 8 straight years.
Jimmy, you probably never will.
Does Obamacare cover burn?
America's best days are still yet to come.
Thank you, Mr. President, for all that you've done.
This country's on track, and that is a fact. Once you go for rap, you will never go back. Thank you for leading the red, white, and the blue.
That is how we slow jam the news.
Oh, yeah.